This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description. Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Straight Cash Money Racing League for the big one here for the big one 225. I'm Austin. I am joined by Randall Alvarez, and you're here watching Racecraft TV. Randall, how are you feeling today? And how are you feeling about this cash about to be strewn all over the place?
Well, I got my money gun ready, but I have a cup of coffee in my hand. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I love Talladega. I love Cup cars. It's going to be a good race out there.
Talladega and Cup always go hand in hand with being some of the best racing. Not some of the best with pair bills, but it is always a crazy finish here at Dega. We're currently here in qualifying, waiting for this massive group of cash-winning hopefuls getting through the grid. But yeah, as we spin around the track right now, let's go out on track and see what our qualifying situation is currently at.
Well, while you're doing that, do you want me to go ahead and talk about what these guys are going to be winning out tonight?
Absolutely, that would be perfect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so for tonight's race, we have first place getting $50 and 5 setups from Maconi Setup Shop. Second place getting $45, third getting $40, fourth getting $30, fifth is going to get $25, sixth $20, seventh is going to get $15, eighth is going to get $10, ninth is going to get $10, and 10th is going to get $10. And then a little bit of extra cash for everyone out there. The pole gets an extra $10, laps most led gets an extra $10, and then halfway leader completion after lap 45 gets an extra $10. So a lot of money being dropped today, and it looks like we have pretty much a pretty good chance for like 10 drivers plus to get or if you spread it out equally, 13 drivers, to all win some extra money, or some of these guys that are doing well up in front, winning a couple extra bucks with most points, most laps led, and then maybe getting the pole award. So quite a bit out there.
Yeah, the top 10 definitely in the running to be getting guaranteed money in the finishing order, as we're looking at a few drivers just going around qualifying. Currently, it's Kenneth Zeems putting it on pole by just a little bit ahead of Kinder in second place. So Kenny currently sitting up there to win that pole position money here in Straight Cash Money League, as we are currently watching Russell Peets jump up into 12th after his lap. On our Racecraft TV sidebar, you will see the top 10 separated by a line than everybody else. This is for those top 10 drivers that will be earning some money, and you definitely want to be in that top 10 range for this race.
Now, before the race, you're talking about knowing some of these drivers. Since some of these guys out here on the track, how do you think they're going to do tonight with Talladega and the Cup cars? Who do you think's got a good chance out there on the field?
Well, that is a very broad question, and that is a very good question. I know a few of these guys, they don't like to qualify up front. Curtis Critchley, he's actually up there in 5th place right now. He's always up there. He's kind of an aggressive driver, but when you're racing for cash and when you're just racing regularly, it is a completely different situation. But as qualifying has finished, you're here watching the Straight Cash Money League here on Racecraft TV, and this is your starting grid. Taking the pole and taking some money for the pole position award, it is Kenneth Zeems, followed by John Kinder, J.R. Miller, Stephen Gregory, Curtis Critchley, Hunter Parsons, Scott Fritz, Cody Smith, Derek Fulton, Michael Anthony, Adam Lancaster, and Russell Peets finishing out in 12th place, followed by Zach Adams, Andrew Navarro, Michael Adamson, Jonathan Munda, Korean Church, Austin Gee, Brian Chu, Dale Advinson, Nick Rader, Darren Hellman, Michael Redding, Quentin Mota in 24th, followed by Kevin Hallman, Ken Ziens, Pete Polini, Kyle Debs, Ed Osborne, John Hesrick, Taylor Peacock, the money man himself and the organizer of this race, Brian Jablonski, Jeffrey Green, Rob Green, Jeff Snyder, Sammy Davis in 36th. They're followed by John Elliott. Ignore the person in 37th. That is not me, I swear. But that is your grid here at Talladega for the Straight Cash Money League. And let's ride on board our pole sitter. The first person to win that first bit of money given out today, it is Kenny Zeems.
Now, with this being, getting in a little extra money for the pole, it's one of those situations where even if you're one of those guys that likes to maybe ride in the back, because Talladega can get, be a rough track, taking the pole is a huge advantage. You gotta work that, you gotta work instead of points, you gotta work the money. You gotta be up there, grab that extra 10, and then try and lead laps. There's no point in really sitting back and riding it out. You need to be aggressive. You need to play up in front. We'll probably see some guys hold back, and they're trying to, aim for a little bit of bigger prize and just shoot for that. But I think if you can lead, you might as well be up there and just ride it out.
Yeah, and Kenny, he's in the best spot in the house. You definitely want to be up that pole at Talladega because it's pretty hard to get past the leader, especially when you hug that inside line. And as the field is pulling away, Kenny Zeems, you're $10 richer today. As they just roll behind the pace car here. Now, as we race here at Talladega, you're going to be thinking, well, how long is this race? Well, it's a 225-mile race, 90 laps, and you feel like the pit strategy is going to be a bit simple. It is not, because these cars are 50% fuel capped.
Oh, that is going to be tough.
Yeah, try to work that one out.
I know how many laps they can make, but I'm not going to talk about it. But we're definitely going to see a couple pit stops out there, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, pit stops for cars, pit stops for damage. They are allowed one faster pair. So if there
Lucky
is
dogs.
if there is a unfortunate incident, we will see how that goes. And but yeah, all these cars, all 38 of them. All 37 drivers. One of them is not in the session. Who has the last name that's kind of similar to mine, because somebody, me, didn't realize that they were signed up to as a driver. It was early in the morning. Okay.
We're trying something new. We wanted to give you an in-race commentary, broadcasting kind of theme. So that didn't work out. So we reverted back to the old.
Yeah, it didn't work out. I crashed in practice so many times that it decided not to be a good idea. Would it be the first time where we tried this idea?
All right, man. I think it's time.
Orchestra. It is certainly time about to go racing. Let's go racing for some straight cash money here on Racecraft TV. All in the hands of Kenny Zeems right now as he leads the field to the green. Coming through the trial right now. And they're waiting on that most beautiful color we all love to see. Green, just like the Don Z boys racing on. It's time to go race for some straight cash money in the big one, 225. It's a great start by Zeems leading out the field. Let's bring up our ticker and show this race properly. And Kidder dives way down to the inside. He's going to... Zeems dives way down to the inside. He's letting the field pass. And now it's John Kidder taking the lead.
I think its strategy is unfolding. I think Zeems just clocked out for a second. He's like, I'm going to ride this out, not fight up for the front. I already got my $10. Let's see what else can happen.
The 8 already has some damage. 8 and the 7 around to the outside. That's Cody Smith, and I believe that's Michael A. Anthony right behind him. who is racing in the number 8, but is showing up as the number 21 for us. He's got some damage already. Look at the back end of Michael Anthony.
On the pace out, someone gave him a little tap. But it looks like it's going to be a perfect fit for the number 0 out there for Parsons.
Yeah,
he's going to go ahead and try and lock up with his bumper.
Yeah, he's got a good bump drafting cradle for him, so it's going to be very good. And that's giving him some speed on around to the outside and down to the inside. Michael Anthony drops down low and blocks out the 7, and I'm expecting some aggressive bump drafting happening here today.
Well, we just had another driver pull the eject lever. That was John Kinder. Just dropped back from second or up in the top 4 all the way down to 23rd. So these guys might be having overheating issues for running in the pack.
Indeed. Overheating issues and everything. So let's bring up the weather for this race. It is, well, 21 degrees Celsius, so it's not really that hot outside.
Well, are they, I didn't ask, but are they running fixed setups out there? Because we're seeing a couple guys, decide to pull off the 97, also doing the same thing. That's going to be Gregory also dropping back out of the pack, grabbing some fresh air. Same thing with, looks like Parsons dropping down to the inside line. The 7 bump drafting behind the number 21 or 8 as we see it right now.
Some drivers, I think, are dropping away, trying to just be a little bit safe. Seeing these guys up front, getting a little bit aggressive. When you're racing for money, I know a little bit of the, it gets a little bit hard at the front. And they want to be able to contend for that top 10 spot.
And it is a very smart move to do that anyways. We're 4 laps in. We're definitely going to have a couple pit stops. These guys need to work it out. And, stick to a strategy that's going to keep them alive.
And taking the lead is Curtis Critchley in that B-Lee 51. Curtis, a familiar face here on Racecraft TV, who competes in the NASRA series at Races here on Tuesday nights as well as Friday nights.
And it looks like he's a great fan of the Great White North. Look at that.
He is Canadian
flag.
Well, he's Canadian. And we're going 3 wide across the line. As around the outside, that's Derek Fulton. In that Phantom graphics car. He's going to be looking to chop down the field, but they're running that outside line, which is a very great line, especially on the back straight, and Fulton is going to be dragging Andrew Navarro. And we got, I believe this is 3
wide, yep, down the back straight.
3 wide down the super straight, but we got 2 Phantom graphics cars widening out, and taking the lead back is Michael Anthony down low. And he carried the 7 of Cody Smith with him. Here comes Critchley. He's looking on that middle line. He doesn't want to be behind that Red Bull. I think he is not a fan of him in this driving style.
Well, we saw those guys kind of hold it up on the inside line, and I think Critchley really has a fast run, and he just wants to stick to it and lead the front.
Yeah, they definitely want to go for leading the most laps, because you do get $10 extra if you lead the most laps in the race. And back to this drag race here on the back straight. Very clean start, I must say. A few cars already a lap down, but I believe they just came out of the pits a bit late. And they might have already repaired some damage, because looking at our pole sitter, Kenny Zeems, is actually... It's showing him as a lap down. Multiple laps down.
He might have had a major malfunction out there. I wonder what happened to him.
Or he was maybe just going for that $10 and is getting out.
He's like, I got my money. I'm done.
Wait, why stop when you're at the top? Okay. Like, some people only stop when they're at the top, and everybody widening out on the back straight. I think the bump track is going to get a little bit nastier here, but it is.
Yeah, Cody Smith is right on his tail, and we saw him coming into that corner. He seemed, to lock it up and give him some space, but if he makes a mistake, and decides to take that bump draft into the corner, we might see the number 8 go for a quick little spin.
Yeah, Michael Anthony leading out the field, getting a good push by Cody Smith. Curtis Critchley round to the outside. These guys are very aggressive, going for the most laps led. They're still wheel to wheel with each other, and that just shows you how much money is on the line for these guys. The top 10, they will earn money. The most laps led, they will earn money. The position at halfway through the race, they will earn money. Am I missing anything out, or did I catch it all? The bonus
I think you missed that they will also earn money.
Yes. Top 10 earn. If you're within the top 10 that are highlighted, you will earn money. We already got a couple cars out of this race. I believe 10 cars have just completely just not got back on track. I think they were not happy. And ooh, the 42 Navarro gives Anthony a little bit of a twitch and a nudge to the tri-oval.
Look at that.
Right on board with Michael Anthony. Looking back at the field, Curtis Critchley looking up outside. He's got the speed around to the outside. We're going to be seeing a nice little team-up effort on Curtis Critchley and try to get a good bump draft on him, but everyone behind him is looking a little bit squirrely. Critchley, he's got the spot. He's going to cut down low. Curtis Critchley takes the lead, heading into 3 and 4. Racing the tri-oval, expect Michael Anthony to try to cut up onto the outside, but there's no cars clear of him up top. Navarro's right there. Curtis Critchley is going to lead this lap. They continue racing here at Dega. And
yeah, I was just. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I said I was just touring through the cameras and checking out in the back of the pack, and definitely see a lot of guys teaming up and still trying to pack themselves through and kind of make the gaps. That's one thing I love about kind of Talladega is you see these packs develop, and then in between the packs you have kind of a leapfrog line of people trying to bridge the gap. And so the front pack is 12 deep, and then you have a leapfrog going about 4 or 5 drivers back, and then you have your second pack, which is developed. They're trying to work their way up there. It's fun to see that develop and how people have to work up the ladder.
Indeed, and Derek Fulton, he's going to leapfrog all the way to the back of the grid because he shot up the track and I believe he tapped the wall. And now these guys, the leaders, are coming up onto some lap traffic. They got to watch out.
Oh, he's got to hold high for that one. That's going to get real tight out of that corner.
Definitely will be getting a little bit tight. Looks like somebody's already having some connection issues as well near the back of the grid. Seems some smoke being popped up. But it's Smith leading out the field, followed by Anthony right behind him. Navarro trying to hold that outside line. He's getting a good big push by Admonson. Behind him, these guys are going 2 by 2, teammates to teammates, hand in hand with each other. But leading this lap, it is Cody Smith. This is a very clean race.
Yeah, 12 laps in, but something I wanted to point out, looks like Parsons looking to develop a third line right now and drive that outside on these guys, but it looks like it did not work out, and he is dropping back pretty fast right now.
Yeah, Hunter Parsons hunting for that move and that advantage, but on that outside line, very hard to actually, it's probably the most risky line, especially when you're coming up with lap traffic in front of you. But you're getting some side draft off the cars in front of you, but you just got to have the uttermost certainty that everyone else behind you is totally working with you, as we see him drop back into the second line.
He had Adamson behind him, but it just looks like those guys couldn't push it through. They needed maybe 2 more cars to back him up.
As we go back up front between Smith and Critchley. Both these guys battling for the most laps left, and that outer line is not good for Michael Anthony, who's been battling for the most laps led as well, and he's going to dive below the yellow line and try to pick off Critchley. But Critchley's going to cut off Smith right there, and he's going to take control of that bottom line. And this is how fast your race can just fall down the order if you just stay complicit on that bottom line, because that top line on the back straight is much faster than the bottom line because of gravity. And leading this lap, it is going to be Cody Smith. He went up top on that tri-oval, used the draft to his advantage, and he's going to lead that lap. And they're going to go 3 wide a few rows back.
Yeah, look at that. Parsons again with his buddy out there on the outside, Adamson.
Yeah, but Hunter is stuck in the middle lane. How much of a buddy if you're just holding your buddy just down there. But,
it looks like Adams is actually just stuck on the outside. He's looking to get back into that middle lane, but no one is opening a door for him.
yeah, Dale Admonson at 47. He's going to have to dive down low this time by as we approach lap 15. And usually in a race, these cars can go about 40 laps on a full tank.
Close. It depends on how comfortable you are.
Well, let's go with 40. And since the fuel tank is at 50% now, I believe in the next 5 laps we should be seeing some pit stops.
I definitely agree with you on that. And some people might actually probably want to short pit this too. Get out ahead while everyone else pits. There might be some strategies unfolding. Have they thought that far ahead? I hope they have, because it's definitely something you need to keep in mind. It looks like the 14 pulling off.
And we are already having 3 cars head into the pit lane as the main pack goes on for more. Now, those cars that are short pitted, they're going to be very teammate as we have contact up front. The 8 heading down into Critchley gave him a little bit of tap. Didn't see him down there. That's the 8 of, well, it's a custom number 8, so it's not going to be on our leaderboard. Thank you for using custom numbers. Thank you. Really helps us out up here. As our producer and executive producer, Josh Edmondson, gave us a little bit of hints. Yeah, we got 2 8s running nose to tail for each other. That's great. More cars heading into the pit lane. And a big lockup entering the pits for a few of these guys.
For anyone out there that's not familiar with Talladega and these super speedways, you need a pit as a group. You do not pit by yourself. You make sure you can get some friends and buddies, or if you see someone pitting, you drop in with them. You need to have that pack when you leave so you can get back under draft and get back up to top speed to get out and either catch up or stay ahead of everyone.
Indeed, as we bring up our Racecraft TV track map, you can see the separation of a few of these drivers in groups. Some cars already into the pit, some cars just approaching the pit lane right now. I would say the top 14 are all in a straight up line, and I think we're going to start seeing some of the leaders head into the pits. They're all heading into the pits.
Wow. It's a mass exodus.
Hold your horses. They're all heading to the pits. They're 3 wide entering the 4 wide. Some cars are in the grass and taking the lead. This time by is going to be Adam Lancaster, Osborne, Kinder, and Fritz. These 4 have not gone into the pits yet. The first car that have gone into the pits, well, we're watching the race off pit road for our main pack. But the first car that has gone into the pits and have left the pits now
this would be J.R. Miller, right?
Be Austin Michael Adamson. It would be, yeah, Michael Redding winning that race off pit road. They're having a race on pit road exit as they take each other out. The 8 and the 4 collide on pit road exit. And the 4 is being taken out. And they're sideways and they're facing backwards on pit road exit. No caution because they aren't on the racing surface. And this is just showing you how tense this competition is, where you have guys racing across the cone's been murdered, guys are getting unsafe pit exits because these guys are racing off pit road and making contact. It's chaos back here.
Oh my gosh. I have never seen that in my life. That is beautiful.
So we go back up front. Derek Fulton leads the race currently of the cars that are on track, and I believe he was one of the cars trying to avoid that, but the car that turned at the 8 and the 4, they're both going to get unsafe pit releases. Somebody took evasive action. All those guys are going to get unsafe pit exits because they exited before the cone. Osborne leads this lap as there he is right now, and taking the new lead is the 34 is the 7 of Derek Fulton, and right behind him is Curtis Critchley. And this field is jambled up.
This is one of those things where you wouldn't really see this in a Talladega race happen, but since there's money on the line and these guys are being a little more aggressive, you're having everyone, race for their own, piece of the pie.
Yeah. on accord. And that pit strategy by Fulton and Critchie, these two guys, they are teammates. They do have the same sponsor. They race together in NASRA. These guys are planted with each other. In the field behind them, led by Cody Smith, they're all spread together. They're all spread out, and the 4 is with them. And he's not really in there as well, but they are stuck in that draft. But the fields are all spread out with each other, so it's very uneven with the draft, and this is very good for the guys up at front, trying to avoid the guys behind them. Now, if it stays green, this race is going to go on its head, completely insane, which I really want to see as we are entering lap 21 now. And that was on lap 15. Ended on lap 19. We're going to have another pit stop struggle before the halfway mark.
Oh, most definitely. But look at that. Looks like Cody Smith and Taylor Peacock driving the middle line right now, coming up from looks like they came up from 7th and 8th and just drove up to the top 4. Nope. Looks like they're dropping back a tad bit. I spoke too soon.
Mr. Straight Cash Money himself, Taylor Peacock. Well, we saw him qualify all the way down, 26 spots down. Well, he's made his way up into 5th. And, well, it is his league, and he knows how to be absolutely straight cash money, as you can see that all over his car. Big shout out to Taylor Peacock, and he's currently sitting 5th right now, so if he finishes where he is, he's going to be giving himself some straight cash money.
Yeah, I might just ride behind him and see if he's letting any dollar bills loose.
I don't think it's Jeff Gordon behind. I don't think it's Jeff Gordon behind the truck at Charlotte.
Just letting that money loose. Just ride behind him with the net. I got it.
Well, I'm certainly going to be catching some bugs. So these guys, these leaders are catching up to a few of the lap cars being led by a car that has put up a giant brick wall behind him. That's Sammy Davis, and let's go on to Jeff Snyder. He is behind the massive brick wall of the 54 Davis, and nobody can really get past him.
You broke me, son. Oh, man. Yeah, no. That's going to cause a big problem for especially the Canadian. Curtis is going to have to find a way around that wall. Probably not where they wanted to put it, but definitely going to
go high. They're defending down low, and these guys are all going to go high, almost squeezing the other cars into the wall. Not Trump's wall, the Talladega wall.
Look at that line on the high line.
Middle line.
8 cars deep.
Now, what would be a big? This is going to be a massive problem, especially if one of the leaders just take down low on that bottom line, because that will break out that draft. But now we got lap cars within this front cars, and I gotta say the paints of this league is very good. And look at the 7 of the Red Bull. Cody Smith going through the middle line, and now we're 3 wide here at the front of this race.
Threading the needle. He just saw that opening, took it. It looks like the 0 also wants to tack in on that, but he's going to drop down to the low. And, yeah, still 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah, the thing is, the leaders are on the middle and the top line. The bottom line is full of lap cars. And the draft is so powerful in these cup cars, you can't get past anyone. And dropping down low, Andrew Navarre is Derek Fulton. He's going to go down low. And that's
looks like the 999 getting a little loose there on that mid-corner.
And now these lap cars are locked in, and now we're still going 3 wide here. This is absolute greatness.
And there we go. That midline finally paying off. Closing the door on that low line of the lap cars. The outside still holding strong.
We look at this massive 2-line pack. Hopefully those lap cars stay at the back of this, because we've all seen that chaos. But a lot of chaos is happening here. We want to say a big shout out to, thank you everybody. Hope you're having a great Sunday morning here on Racecraft TV. A big shout out to one of our viewers, what's up, to Rhett Tucker, who usually is racing with these guys, but he's not racing with them today. well, some of these guys in the NASCAR series, but he's not with them today. But he will certainly recognize a few of these names. As it's Derek Fulton taking the lead this time by heading into 1 and 2, followed by Critchley, Smith, Parsons, Mota, Plini, Navarro, Miller, Reeder, and Peacock. Your top 10 and the ones that are currently eligible to win some money if the race ended right now.
Well, Austin, I see my pick of the night. Polini working his way up the field, sitting in 6th right now. I'm keeping an eye on Polini.
Yeah, I know you were looking at Polini. He's a very good car, that 35, running in that 4 number. Oh, he's in that.
He's in a custom
black.
number 2.
Yeah, custom number.
Yeah, custom number 51. He's the black 51.
Yep. He's on that bottom line. He's taking a very cautious approach right here. I say stay on that bottom line. Stay behind the driver. Fuel save a little bit because that race to the halfway mark, if you save just enough, you don't need a pit. But with this reduced fuel tank, I do foresee another crazy pit stop happening again. And judging by craziness, remember how they came out of the pits that first time where we got cars being taken out on pit road? My goodness, this could turn this race incredibly on its head as Fulton leading out Critchley and Parsons, your top 3, as they finish out lap 27 to start 28.
Contact.
Critchley's in the wall.
Good recovery there by Critchley.
Yeah, Curtis Critchley's in the wall, and he's locked up, and he's going down low, and he's going to park it up, and I think he's going to despawn out of there. And let's get a replay of what's happened to Curtis Critchley. He just gets a little bit hung up right there and sent into the wall. I think it was maybe a bit of netco, but it looked like Hunter Parsons might have got into him just a little bit. But Critchley in the pits, and we got some smoke happening back from a car whose connection is about as reliable as the McDonald's ice cream machine being on.
Sounds like you're a little sour about that. Did you try to get one this morning?
Last night I was craving an ice cream cone.
Well, it looks like we got a 3 wide going on in the back of the pack, right? Or not in the back of the pack, but you know, at the back of the front pack.
And also, speaking of this group, the top 10 are all in this group. Actually, it's the top 9. The driver in 10th place, Brian Chu, he's leading the second pack right behind him. So the top 9 are the only cars in this group, plus minus a lot of lap cars.
Yeah, there's a lot of lap cars mixed in there. It's tough because I'm looking at my leaderboards and I'm trying to figure out, like, is that a lap car or not a lap car?
Say Chu is out of this race, but I think that's just like timing glitch right now because he's coming across the line. There we go. Now in 10th place is Hallman, but if you're in this group, I would say this race nice and clean. You're definitely getting money if you stay with this group. 60 laps remain in this race. About 4 more pit stops remain as well.
Yeah, and that's that midsection with, you know, your pit stop 2 and 3. They're going to be really crucial. Knowing some guys that would probably take that advantage and maybe run longer stints on those middle pit stops just so that they have fresher tires for that last pit stop that they're going to make. Because you're looking at a race like this right now. It's Talladega. You're racing for money. Most likely, you're going to see something happen towards the end of the race where people are really gunning for position and trying to get up there, and that's going to be your opportunity to have fresh tires, beat someone off the line, and start making some jumps, you know, last 10, 15 laps.
Absolutely, and we're reaching that spot where we saw a few people. That's Rob Green. Rob Green is stuck on the bottom of the side of the track and almost comes back into everybody else, but he stays out there. What has happened to Rob Green on the back of the track? And here is that replay. He just gets pit maneuvered. And the anchor bar spinning around. And Rob's not going to be happy about that. We stay green here in Talladega.
Oh, ouch.
It's a big hit.
Yeah.
And it's
Big oof.
Andrew Navarro going to be leading out that lap. Fulton down low. And a lot of smoke is being put up by another car. I think that might have been Rob Green's car's tires. But remember 16 laps ago, oh, we got a car sliding way down the track. Is that J.R. Miller? And I think right now we're about to see some cars start to head into the pits this time by. We've reached that halfway point where we got on that first stint. We're just about to hit that again. So, you up for a second batch of craziness?
Let me go grab my safety suit and helmet, and I'll get ready. Because buckle up, boys. It's going to be rough.
It's certainly going to be rough. Being led by Andrew Navarro. Cars are spewed all over this track right now. Incredibly clean race for a cash money race. We've usually seen these things get absolutely crazy between each other.
I'm very impressed. Usually by halfway point, you've had 2 cautions. That's usually how Talladega races go. So very good driving. These guys are driving smart. You know, they seem to be kind of just driving within their ability.
First drivers into the pit lane. We got 3 takers this time by. And that would be Nick Rader and Clint Moda, 8th and 9th place. As it looks like Fulton's having a little bit of connection issues up front. But the top 7 now in that first group. And I see a car that is very familiar at the front of the group. That is Curtis Critchley. And I think a little bit of salt is in his wounds after that start. And after being put into law after leading so many laps. And now more cars heading into the pit lane. 4 takers this time by. Cody Smith, Hunter Parsons, J.R. Miller. And there, oh, we got a contact! Entering pit road, a big bump from behind from J.R. Miller entering pit road. And he gave a big whack to the car in front of him.
Oh, man. Well, luckily these guys are maybe taking a note from last time they tried to pitting in smaller groups. But as we talked about it, it's probably in the next 2 laps if we might see a mass exodus off the track.
Now Max exodus. There's a crash! There's a big crash!
All right, man. Caution is out.
Talladega is always famous for these crashes at random points, and it was Critchley involved.
Yeah. Who was that with him? That was Critchley and the 54 of Davis.
Critchley got loose. It was behind the 51 and the 54 of the Trump car, and it caused a massive crash with all the leaders of this race.
Oh, man. Yeah. I'm rewatching it right now, and it's... No, Davis drove his lineup. So you see Critchley go to the outside to get around him. Davis stays on that midline, drops down low about halfway, and then comes back up. I think Critchley was expecting him to go down really low, and Davis noticed the leaders coming through, and he went back up, and they just met each other there. Oh, that's a bummer.
That is absolutely a bummer, and a lot of the top drivers involved in this now, and this is going to throw a lot of heads for a spin. I know a lot of the faster pair, you do have one faster pair, but some of these cars are absolutely wrecked and destroyed. This is going to be throwing the field onto its head. First caution of the night here at Talladega here in the Straight Cash Money League. And we'll just look at this field right now. It's Navarro leading out the grid, and he's going to be pitting all by himself as the rest of the field's trying to catch up to him. Well, this race has been turned on its head. You're here watching Racecraft TV. We'll be right back after a short break. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month.
All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian builds. For more information about Artesian builds, check the link in the description.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV for the Straight Cash Money series. And we are here in, surprisingly, our first caution on lap 38 as the lights go out on the pace car after a big incident at the front of the field when they were coming around to go into the pit lane. A lap car crashed in front of them, and now we have this situation up at front. Navarro, Polini, Peacock, Raider, Moda, Fritz, Lancaster, Kinder, Gregory, and Osborne. Only a few of these names we've actually seen leading this race or in that front pack. Very, very, very interesting here at the front of this pack. Randall, how has this race been so far?
It's been really good. Like I said before, usually by the time you get close to the halfway point, you've had 2 to 5 cautions come out. These guys are they're doing a great job on the track. We're being aggressive, but also being a little bit reserved. We've seen a lot of people make some good position changes. The front pack's been holding strong. We did have that upset with the caution, but overall, it's a great Talladega race, and something that we can come to expect from these guys out here on the track.
Absolutely.
Now, will it continue with 5 laps to go? I don't know about that. The gloves are going to come off with between 10 to 5 laps to go. You're going to see these guys open up. They're probably going to make some really aggressive, more aggressive moves, fighting for position. But other than that, it's been a solid race. They're playing the game the way it should be, in the sense of in any racing scenario, you got to make the finish. And
Indeed.
first you got to be there. You got to be present.
And as well, they're closing in on a few more laps to go to the first payout point of this race. Halfway through this race, if you are leading at that lap, if you finish first on lap 45, $10 extra to you.
And I think it's going to be Polini. I just want to make that call now.
Your money's on Polini. Well, I'll let you stay with that opinion, and I'll stay non-biased right here, because it is absolutely, it is very hard for me to make a prediction right here. And it's green. We're going back racing here for some straight cash money here on Racecraft TV. And Angie Navarro leads that race very early onto the throttle, and he really spread out the field.
Yeah, good restart. That's going to, like you said, spread out the field. It's going to get these guys to line up. You're not going to get these guys side by side kind of draft or side drafting each other and slowing each other down. So that front pack of those 4 guys should be able to stretch out and stay away from, 6 and back.
Bellini, big bump on Navarro. It's a very aggressive from the matte black Toyota on that bottom line, but Bellini pushes his way up into 2nd place.
And look at that, Ratter doing a good job locking in behind him.
Now, Ratter's got a lot of damage on the back of his car.
Well, he's been pushed up there quite a bit, but he has been up in the front of the pack for a long time. So, a lot of these guys in the front run, you're going to see some rear end damage to them.
Yeah, damage on these cars is very odd. If you get front end damage, your race is pretty much over. If you get rear end damage, that's actually going to help you a lot.
It's going to give you a little more downforce.
Going to give you a little bit more downforce. It's going to give you a little bit more drag and make it easier for the cars behind you to come up and catch you again and give you a bit more push. So, if you have damage on the rear of your car, you're a pretty good leader. You're a pretty good lead car because everyone's going to be right behind you and getting a lot of speed and a better, easier draft because they have that kind of cradle that they can stick their nose in as we see him going up into that 2nd line like he's listening to the broadcast. And he's going to challenge out on that top line. It's being getting a good push by Stephen Gregory, who's going to be trying to push Raider up front and challenge for that lap 45 payout.
Yeah, Gregory and Raider are making me a little nervous. I was watching them out of the exit of turn 4, and they were both waving up and down. So if they don't straighten that out when they come into this next couple of laps, we might see someone get hooked.
Yeah, and how you hook somebody is just doing that right now as Andrew Navarro leads out that bottom line. And a little bit of a let off. Polini just behind him. There's a lapped car. Nope, that is Polini. Once again,
47 on the outside.
Yeah, there's the lapped car on the outside. I'm getting my words I'm going crazy over here.
It's okay, I got you, man.
They continue to race side by side. Returns 1 and 2. It's a big gap, actually, has formed between these 2 groups. And, ooh, very loose at the back of the front pack.
Yeah, I saw that. He's going to go to the inside line and say, not today, son.
And he realized what he did. That lap car just going to lift off and go back out there. And now, look at that. Stephen Gregory goes 3 wide. He's going to try to heading around to the outside of these guys. It's just a little bit too late to make that move as that bottom line is 4 deep and 4 strong. Being led by Andrew Navarro, who's sporting a very colorful paint scheme today, and way up the tracks to 32. And that's Greg. Is that Jeremy? No. We've seen that. That's Rob Green. Okay, we have 2 cars doing the exact same paints now.
We have a lapped car in the mix of the front runners.
Yeah, that's a 35 that's going up in there. The thing is, we have 3 cars in the exact same paint.
Yep.
In the exact same custom number 2.
Yes, that is correct. But luckily, he's a lap car, and it'll be a little easier to know that he's not in the back.
Which one?
The 90. The 90 with the red A. He's lapped. He's a lap car.
Oh, it's Ken. No, that's not Ken.
No, he's a lapped car. I just don't know who he is.
Well, I hope you guys like your anchor bars, because they're all over the place.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. 1 to go before we have the final halfway point for an extra $10. Andrew Navarro and Pete Polini up in front, riding it out.
Oh my gosh! Crash!
What was that?
Cars have shot up immediately, and we got a massive pile up here. And this is how you end halfway into a race. Oh my goodness. Zach Adams was involved in there.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it looks like he drove his line. Was it up?
Well, it all happened in front of Zach Adams, and it was just chaos.
He just got
around
hooked, but I
there.
can't. Oh, no, he dropped his line down. The 32 came down on the 8. Yeah, his line just dropped.
And some of these guys just immediately leaving the server, making it very hard. I see Cody Smith got through there very nicely, so let's ride on board with Cody Smith. What a dodge by Cody, avoiding all that craziness.
That was brutal.
That was absolutely brutal. Second caution is out, and taking that halfway money check under caution is going to be Andrew Navarro.
Nope.
Actually,
Nope,
no, he
not.
has to cross the line first. Whoever
Why?
crosses the line first
No.
takes the check.
What are you doing? Navarro, no, get back out on the track.
Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna be taking that check? It's a race off a pit road. Navarro realizes what he's done. Navarro.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh. He's still in the lead though. Those are lap cars. Dude, he panicked. Pelini also went back out. That was the slowest race to the finish I've seen in a long time.
Pelini and Navarro realized what they both did. Didn't take the pit. Actually, no. Pelini did take a pit stop. Navarro realized what he did to his throw straight through.
That was the best stop and go I've ever seen.
He didn't even stop. He just realized.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
Well,
That was beautiful.
taking the halfway $10 is Andrew Navarro. He still has to go to the pits. Oh,
It'd be the
crying.
worst part if he was actually bingo on fuel.
Oh, it's like $10 and nothing. Let's go.
He's like, I need the $10.
All right. Well, we try to keep ourselves from
Oh, man.
crying our faces off. You're here watching Racecraft TV. We'll be right back for the second half of the Straight Cash Money Big One 225. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Okay.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We're back here live from Talladega Motor Speedway here for the straight cash money. Big one, 225. As we are just now finishing halfway through this race,
Green flag.
Pete
green flag.
Bellini leads the field. And you were picking him to win that halfway point, but well, you were picking him to actually win the race.
Now, how many laps has this is the first lap Polini's ever led?
Second.
And second, oh, he's led a lap before? I didn't know he's led one.
He led lap under caution when Navarro realized he didn't need to go into the pit lane to win $10.
Got it.
So he just went into the pits, and then Polini stayed out because he already went into the pits. So he led that lap and that lap under caution.
All right, so Polini's probably not going to get the most laps led. Oh, look at that. Behind him, Raider, or House, yeah, getting really close to his back left or back right panel. No, back left panel in that corner. That was uncomfortable.
Yeah, Clint Moda, that's a new name we've seen up there. And it was a second incident that brought out, once again, ahead of the leaders. So, a lot of the leaders being involved in that incident, and Andrew Navarro just now in 10th, but these are that second pack that's behind all these guys up front. But Pete Bellini leading the field.
Yeah, so we're looking at possibly 2 more pit stops to go, depending on when they happen. I think this pit stop, if anyone's out there is gonna make one, I'd run it long. I would extend this pit stop as far as possible, then possibly short pit the next one.
We've had guys that actually have not gone into the pits. That would be Stephen Gregory, who is up in 7th. He was a lap down, actually, and he decided to stay out and try to race it for the pit line and try to get that $10. And he's going around to the outside. He's making a few moves up through the pack. He got his lap back by staying out. And, well, he still has fuel in the tank. He's just not going to be as much as everyone else around him. Look at the front nose of his. His front nose is very beat up.
Well, look at that. Moda's also, he's only pit twice. Everyone else most likely has 3 or more pits. So Moda's definitely stayed out too. And he's sitting in 3rd right now.
Clint
So
Moda is very clean on his car. Ed Osborne had the shortest pit out of everybody. Just 4 seconds in his pit box. So I think he just did a splash and dash to realize what he did as well. Trying to race for that halfway point.
I'd agree.
And
Oh,
crash!
All right, man. Caution is out.
I was just about to point out, it looks like all the old leaders are racing in the back of that front pack, and contact, they all just got scooped up in that.
Oh, another big wreck here at Dega. Well, our clean running has certainly gone in the toilet.
Well, as tensions get high and as these guys, get into a couple more cautions, people are going to get a little frustrated, and it's going to start messing with their driving.
Navarro again involved. And Fulton tried to bring that through everybody in that group was involved except for, who's that skating across the bottom of the screen? It's a 7. Is that Cody Smith?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it wasn't. There was another 7. We have like 3. We have 3 7s and 1 actual car as a 7. Yeah, Cody Smith completely.
What is it? The same paint scheme though?
No, it's a completely different paint
7?
scheme.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for the 7 paint scheme right now.
It had red wheels.
Red wheels. Oh yeah, I don't know which one that was.
Well, absolute chaos at the back of the grid. Well, back into leaders again. All these guys trying to get back out. And, well, back out of caution. Third caution of the night. It's noon.
For anyone watching, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. We are at the big one, 225. It's okay. It's evening somewhere.
It is evening somewhere, but the entire field's American.
That is correct. It is either afternoon for them or a nice morning.
Yeah. Well, as these guys continue to do their pit stops, you're here watching Racecraft TV for the straight cash money in the big one, 225. We'll be right back after these messages. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We're back here live from Talladega Super Speedway for the straight cash money lead. And in the lead now is the 71 of Zach Adams, who stayed out in the pit lane. Stayed out in the pit lane.
Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time.
We're not
going green.
Not going green this time, as some incidents have happened on the restart. It looks like somebody might have had an issue at the back of the grid. So we are staying green.
Yellow.
Yellow. Under caution. We're staying under caution. There. Words.
Boom. You got it. Solved. I got your back, man. That's what I'm here for. Support. Emotional support. But look at this. Pippolini sitting in second. Going for the run.
Pippolini absolutely sitting in second. as a little update of the race. Austin Knight has gone crazy.
Look at someone else that just made their way up to the front. Scott Fritz.
Yeah, Scott Fritz.
I haven't seen him up here.
Yeah, that number 1, that black and gold card, looking absolutely fantastic right now. Yeah, he's gonna be very happy. But one thing that some of these guys are not happy of this pace lap at Talladega is forever.
I just saw what you did with the overlays.
So, for those that don't know, I accidentally registered as a driver in this session. So, I'm kind of glad I I did that just for that joke.
That was funny. All right, lights are off. Exiting turn 2. Oh man.
Well, you feel the tension building up, and as that tension rises, time to destroy it all as we go for a little bit break, and we'll be right back before the yellow even drop, before the green flag drops.
At Makoni Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.MaconiSetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. Makoni Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We're back here live, still under yellow, and they've gone an entire straight. I think that was me taking more of a dig at the pace car speed than caution.
Well, unfortunately, the pace car does not get to change tires, so they have to, conserve.
Yeah.
Especially for field 2. It's very important for the pace car to conserve fuel, conserve tires, stay up in front of the pack, not let these guys get around him. He's got to play some pretty hard defense, and it's hard when you have 36 drivers out on the track trying to run you down.
Yeah, and in the IndyCar finale at St. Petersburg, the pace car actually did run out of fuel.
See, there you go. That happens.
So,
and he did not win that race.
iRacing, perfect simulation, safety car fuel saving.
Thank you.
And as somebody who's ridden inside of the pace car before at Circuit of the Americas, it is absolutely crucial to save fuel. But it's green flag time to go straight
Green
cash
flag,
money.
green flag.
Zach Adams leads out the field.
Little bit of a rough restart there. Just heard someone bang doors.
Oh, who was that? Who might have that been? A few. Well,
I
there
think
are a few
that
cars
was
getting a little bit itchy with each other. I see Navarro also up there as well. Navarro, well, he was involved in a lot of the incidents, but he's had his fast repair. And Andrew Navarro sitting at 6th as the 7 of Smith makes it 3 wide. And oh my goodness, Zach Adams has got trounced around the outside of him, and he's now slotted down. And Adam Smith is all the way down the bottom of the track, and he's run on the apron.
What is he doing? He's weaving in between Pete Polini and a couple other drivers mid-corner.
Cody Smith has gone insane.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Smith has ripped the sticker and sent it.
Indeed, he has. So much, our graphics department has even let us know that Cody Smith has sent it.
Look at that, Navarro taking the lead away from Polini just for a little bit. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide. Oh, that's a tight one.
Holding that bottom line. Smith is right there. Parsons is on top of him. And, oh, the 82 of Clint Mota is not giving up one bit. And I'm not sure who I'm more afraid of most in this top little pack up here. Polini leads this lap. Oh by Moda, Parsons, Navarro, and Smith. Your top 5. Zach Adams, I think he sees what's happening up there and just says, I led my lap. I'll just watch.
Yeah, Parsons really trying to pinch off Moda there. He's trying to keep him on the inside line, not let him scrub up and, you know, save some tires. He's really trying to burn him out. And Navarro letting go of Nope. Gonna have a little bit of contact between those two. Did you see that?
Yeah, a little bit of bumping and banging. I know some NASCAR guys love to say, well, rubbing's racing. I'm going to be honest. If it ends up in a wreck, it ain't racing.
That just means you rubbed them the wrong way, man.
Absolutely, they did. And, well, this group up here, the amount of damage and the amount of wrecks have been, this group has really pulled away from the rest of the field because the rest of the field kind of has a lot of damage or they aren't tightly packed in the draft. And yeah, the top 8 are in this group as 9th and behind are trying to catch up in that second pack.
Oh, look at that. Navarro giving Parsons a great bump over Polini. And the 7 tucking in behind the 42 now.
Yeah, Hunter Parsons up in the lead, but here comes Navarro round the outside. Parsons looking to defend from Navarro. He's leaving that inside door open to Polini. And around the outside, Navarro and Smith leads it out to this race.
Smith not liking that he's not in front, looking to get around looking to get around Navarro. Look at that. He's already stepped out.
Oh, and Hunter Parsons helping with the draft. Round the outside they go. And Parsons and Smith drag racing it down.
Polini with a great bump behind Navarro, trying to keep him up in the lead. He wants that inside line to stay strong.
Polini getting a good push. Navarro back into the lead, heading into turn 3. Now the Tri-Oval is going to be a higher line favored because of the height difference in gravity coming out of that corner. And here comes Smith and Navarro. With Smith and Parsons. Parsons giving a good bump to Smith. He's buried all up in that bumper as they go across the line. Smith is going to lead the lap.
And we have 29 laps to go. This is it. We're going to see maybe one more pit stop.
I'm going to say 2 more pit stops.
It depends on how these guys run it out.
It's barely at the end because they went into the pits on lap 52.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Math.
so possibly 2 more. Possibly. I don't know. Well, someone might stretch it. Oh, lap traffic coming in on the outside.
Oh, he's not giving a lot of room, but it's only one group on the middle line, as that's Hunter Parsons buried in with Cody Smith. And it's another drag race to the line between Polini and Navarro, and Smith and Parsons. Side by side they go. It's going to be Navarro this time by.
All right, so since we're on 28 laps to go, who has led the most laps tonight?
Navarro.
Navarro?
Out of these guys, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, we'll touch on that. Curtis was asking about that in the chat.
I do not know if we do not have a count that does have the most laps led currently. We will find that out after the race, though.
There we go.
Because our tire software doesn't have a laps led count, unfortunately. But I do know Curtis Critchley was up there a lot. He's no longer up there. Navarro and Smith. Ooh, I think that was Smith by just a splitter.
Yeah.
Andrew Navarro holding that bottom line, followed by Smith and Polini and Parsons. Those top 4. It's now a 3-car group on the bottom, and it looks like a 3-car group on the top, but the 999 thought about it and decided not to. And that is Snyder holding back down low. Navarro going to lead this lap again. And lap on lap 64. I feel like in about 5 more laps, we will see another caution come out. Or another pit stop craziness fest come out. And oh my goodness, what is happening in that second pack? 4 wide down the straight. They were going to go 3 wide, but then they realized that the lap car was right there, so they were 4 wide for just a split second. As Parsons almost gives a nudge to Moda.
Yeah, giving him a quick little touch up there. Wow. Oh, look at that. The number 18.
Oh, Bellini rubs Parsons now. My goodness, these guys up at front are going absolutely crazy. Bellini trying to go for that outside line, but there are cars on his outside. Bellini is looking a little bit itchy to go for that speed as we ride on board of Clint Moda onto his hood, and oh my goodness, these guys are so close to each other.
Look at that.
And now it's a third car joining. That is the 81. That is Mr. Straight Cash Money himself, Taylor Peacock, on the outside, going for that third row. And he's locking up behind Parsons. Parsons giving a little bit of weave. They're getting a little bit loose. What the heck just happened?
Looks like Taylor Peacock dropping down a little bit on Navarro. Polini giving a bump to Navarro, trying to get him back up to the front. Taylor dropping in front of him. They're taking away the inside line.
And we have cars diving into the pit lane. Zach Adams dives into the pit lane first. Back up front, Smith, Parsons, Peacock, Navarro, your top 4.
Smith coming up a little bit. Look at that. Him and Parsons, man. These guys are getting close together. I have a bad feeling about Smith and Parsons are going to get into it.
It is certainly going to be very crazy, especially with the guys up at front. They are so close with each other. And Smith, Parsons, Peacock, Navarro, Moda, and Polini are really the top 6 big contenders of this. But remember, they have to go to the pit stop. We got a crash. Peacock is involved. Navarro involved again.
No!
Chaos at the front. Peacock comes back in front of another car.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Moda made that out so lucky. Oh my gosh.
Well, that
was insane.
It looks like Hunter Parsons might have turned that. So we're going to stop.
Oh no, that was Moda. Moda grabbed Parsons.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, he grabbed his back left.
Yeah,
Parsons drops down and Moda's moving up a little bit as they go across the tri-oval. Both of them were wiggling.
Well, Moda left that very nicely, and now it's just chaos behind him. And big incident once again for Adrian Navarro and Mr. Straight Cash Money, Taylor Peacock. As all of our cameras have just decided to fail at once. That's great. Well, back under caution here at Talladega for the big one, 225. You're here watching Racecraft TV. We'll be right back after these messages for the end of this Straight Cash Money Shootout Big One, 225. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We're back here live. We're back here live for the Straight Cash Money Racing League as we're waiting for these guys to finish up their caution, as all of our overlays has just decided to just fail out what they were doing. But as we currently sit under caution, how are you feeling about this race?
I think so far we're still looking good. Let me look at my timing screen real fast. I had that moved off to the side. So up in front, we got Moda, Ratter, Smith, Fritz, Kinder, and Snyder for our top 6. Those guys have been riding up there for the last half of the race. Will they hold it up there? I don't know. We're looking at some of these guys, that don't. Both Moda and Ratter, 4 or 5 pits. That's on par what we should be seeing out there. I don't know if we're going to see another pit happen, just because these guys did technically pit all roughly around the 20 lap mark, so they all have a chance of running out of fuel going into the finish if they decide not to pit before the race. So this is going to be interesting how it plays out. Are people going to drop in and grab some fuel, or are they just going to try and ride it out and maybe stay in the draft and then wait for the very end to kind of punch it out? So
yeah, it's 20 more laps to go. That is still just barely.
It's on the bubble.
It's
on the bubble.
It's barely outside of the fuel. On the bubble, if you're very aggressive on the fuel save. If another caution comes out, we might see it.
If another caution comes out, we're going to see these guys all hit the pits.
Yes,
and probably do a full grab, full fuel, full tires, and just go for it.
Well, as the pace car pulls out, our top 10 are Raider, Moda, Smith, Fritz, Snyder, Kinder, Lancaster, Parsons, Fulton, and Dean. And let's go back to green, just like some straight cash money here on Racecraft TV for the big one, 225.
Looks like Smith already doing what he likes to do. Whoa! Deciding to drop in on that one. He was looking out for that middle line and then decides to just tuck in behind Moda.
And Mota diving right back, staying in that lead. Cody Smith, we've seen him be up at front a lot after that restart. And somebody that we were very wondering on is Hunter Parsons. But everybody's staying in that line formation right now, staying with those intent of saving as much fuel as possible as Cody Smith is driving on the tri-oval.
Yeah, he just thought the apron would be a faster line.
Well, we've seen guys do that in qualifying. They would drive on the apron for a little bit to snatch up that time. And I think he was trying to do that to break out the draft from the other guys.
Yeah, that was a very interesting strategy. Like I've been watching Smith for a while. He doesn't like racing behind someone. I think that's really what was going on. He wanted to get ahead.
Slowly cutting him off. That is quick Mota.
Let me just get right in front of you. Yeah, that's where I'm going to be.
I'm going to put my car right here, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, talk to that. And here comes Smith. Oh, Smith is very...
Yeah, like I'm saying, he doesn't like racing behind someone. He wants to lead. He wants to have that fresh air. And you see him already peeking out to the outside, just waiting for that moment to pop out. And hopefully, you know, Parsons tucks in with him. I think that's what he's expecting. Because both Smith and Parsons are looking to get out.
Oh my goodness. Smith trying to go below the yellow line on Mota. As he look back from Mota, there's nothing Smith can do. The speed is just too great for him, so he's going to get a low bump from him instead. And it's a massive straight line here. Mota does have some rear end damage, and 2 Chevys, well actually it's 4 Chevys leading out the entire grid right now. Mota, Smith, Raider, and Parsons leading out the Fords of Fritz, Fulton, Snyder, Kinder, and Lancaster. And then we got the lone Toyota of Kyle Dean in 10th.
Yeah, Smith just looking to. It looks like he's just tucking in to let it go, and just kind of bump draft. You know, at first I thought maybe he's just getting a little anxious and wants to step out, but now it looks like he's decided that's probably not the best bet until, you know, he has a bigger pack to work with.
Speaking of a bet, I'm going to go out on a limb and go for a crazy bet. If you pit within the next 3 laps, you will win the race.
Oh, that's a good one. How about this? How about between you and me, we give, so I pitch in 5, you pitch in 5. If someone pits in the next 3 and wins, we give them $10.
They're already going to win $50 for winning the race.
So what's a little extra? It's a gamble. I'm willing to help out.
And, ooh, dropping back, that's Scott Fritz.
Yeah, Fritz said not today.
I think Fritz is on to, I think Fritz has heard us, and he might be
like,
going for it.
Bit real fast. Fritz, you have to win, though, to get that $10. So it's just...
First to pit, first to win, all right.
Yeah, it's not first to pit and then maybe finish top 3. No, it's first to pit, first to win.
And speaking of winning, let's bring up what these guys are winning for. Randall?
Oh, sorry about that. I was reading a message. So, go over what these guys will be winning. First place, once again, getting $50 and 5 setups from Marconi Setup Shop. Also, second place, $45. Third, getting 40. Fourth, getting 30. Fifth, 25. Sixth, 20. Seventh, 15. And then 8th, 9th, and 10th, all getting $10. So, pretty big payout for everyone out there. And then once again, pole gets $10. Most laps led gets $10. And the halfway points leader gets $10. Or, sorry, halfway leader gets $10. So, a lot to snag and grab up there.
Yeah, 14 laps to go. The straight cash money 220. Straight cash money, big one, 225 is closing down. Who's going to have the strategy? Who's going to have the draft? Who's going to have the fuel to make it to the end of this race?
And as we keep going, it looks like we're still going to start stretching out. Polini hitting the pits.
Polini's a lap down.
No, not Polini. He can still make it back. I believe in him.
First car a lap down, I would believe, is Taylor Peacock. It's
Adamson.
Adamson, so it's not going to be Polini if the caution comes out right now. He will not get the lucky dog, but some lap cars are causing a little bit of havoc at front. None of the leaders have gone into the pits. They all believe they can make it to the end or try to run this tank dry and wait for a caution.
Well, I did see Smith put a paddle into his passenger seat, so he might get ready to row.
Not
and
sure that's up to code.
I think Moda might have a bike in there too, so we might see these guys rowing and pedaling across the line.
You got to do it the most classic Talladega way. You got to get out, run, do it on foot. With Chariots of Fire in the background. No, wait, no, not Chariots of Fire. That song. Oh, We Belong, there.
Yeah.
Any true fan of Talladega Nights will know that song. Any true fan of that song will now hate me.
And there we go. Getting ready to tick off those 10 laps to go. This is it.
12 laps to go this time. When they come by, it'll be 11 laps to go. Moda has led a lot of these straight line single laps, but I don't think they're focused on how many laps they're leading right now. They're just focused on how much fuel can you save, as there's a car coming out of the pit lane. That is Michael A. Adamson coming out of the pits.
Yeah, it looks like both Navarro and Polini are a lap down. They might be waiting for a caution. I think we have.
Oh, and speed of cautions, it came out. Navarro spinning around and into the wall, and Michael Redding.
Oh, yeah, he gives him a bump. Look at that.
Oh, Redding was very loose.
Oh no, he blew an engine. Redding blew an engine. Did you see that?
This is Michael. Oh my goodness, the engine did blow. And, oh no, Navarro can't catch a break.
That is literally the worst luck you could have.
And with 10 laps to go,
man,
Moda
you gotta
leads, it goes into 10 laps into $50 richer, but he's going to be leading out this race. 10 laps to go. Caution is out. Not the first caution. It's like the 7th caution. I just had to reset our overlay so it wouldn't jank on us like it did. But Clint Moda, I think, must be cursing in his helmet. But now, as we're under caution, do you think it would be a wise gamble to stay out?
You're gonna have to. I don't know.
Because they're barely not making it on fuel. Now the
you're gonna
caution's
have to grab
out.
a splash and just go, but you're gonna be burnt on tires. You're not gonna be able to push your way up. Moda's gonna. I think he's gonna fake it.
Moda,
he might fake it.
Looking for the pits. It's a big sell. Smith not buying that candy out of the candy jar. Let's ride on the back of Moda. See what he's doing. Everyone else going back down low.
Smith's gonna go for it too. Look at that.
Smith is. They're pitting.
All right, this is it. Polini's chance to get up there.
You really want that?
All right.
If you were in the session right now, I'd bring up just favored. And ooh, bad pit stop for the 29. He went forward in his pits and they had to reverse. More cars having to reverse, but Nick Ryder,
ouch,
very bad pit stop for him. And winning the race off of pit road, the splash and dash. Cody Smith going to be leading that lap technically, and the race off pit road.
Look at that, Polini on the backs, or on turn 4 and 5 right now, or 4 and 5 on turn 3 and 4, trying to catch up. All right, yeah, looks like Cody Smith and Clint Moda still going to lead the lap out.
And with 9 laps to go in this caution, we're not going to go to commercial. We're going to go into a mid-caution interview with Taylor Peacock. Taylor, how is this race looking up right now?
Well, I think it started off pretty damn good. I was pretty happy with the start. Looked like we were going nice and clean for the there's 30 laps or so. Then we had a little chaos happen, which I guess the race, if it's called the big one, what can you expect, huh?
Absolutely. There was a lot of chaos happening. You were running up there pretty nicely at the front. Then, unfortunately, you were caught up in an incident. Can you walk us through that incident and run it up there at the front?
Yeah, my strategy was just to hang out in the back at the start of the race and see how everybody was racing. You know, I got about halfway, I think, is when the wreck happened. But I decided to go, so I ended up getting up there, and everything was looking good. And I seen the guy in the mirror get turned, and I knew it was on from there. But all in all, I think I appreciate all these guys that come out and make this happen. Ed Osborne, Brian Jablonski. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be going on. McConey Setup Shop. I appreciate you guys for doing the commentary and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're having a blast up here. Some of the craziness happening with guys going for that halfway mark brought us to tears.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I put them in there to make it a little bit more exciting.
Was it you who implemented the 50% fuel tank?
Yes, I did do that.
You were genius.
It's something we do for my money league. Also, anybody that's out there interested in running, we do $5 races every Sunday at the same time as this race started, 12:30. Just look up my Discord. But anyways, yeah, that 50%, I think it makes a lot more interesting racing, and it can come down to fuel strategy.
All right. Well, thank you, Taylor.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
You did say during that, if anyone's interested, to look up your Discord. To those who don't know what your Discord is, do you want to provide that, people?
Yeah, Peacock Taylor, 888, number 2260.
All right. Well, thank you, Taylor. You have yourself a great afternoon, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this shootout for the big one, 225 here at Talladega for the Straight Cash Money League.
All righty. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.
You too, man. Best of luck out there.
And that was Taylor Peacock, who gave us an amazing mid-race interview. Well, mid-caution interview. We saw him running up at front for a while. Unfortunately, taken out of this race. But as we are back live on the back stretch, it's Smith, Moda, Snyder, Raider, Lancaster, Parsons, Fulton, Kinder, Dean, and Adams. Your top 10 currently. And if you're within the top 10, you will be winning some money. And every time he's tried to say something about this, something happens. So as we're coming back to 3 and 4, what are these guys racing for?
Once again, first getting 50, second 40, 40 going to third, fourth getting 30, fifth getting 25, sixth getting 20, seventh getting 15, and then 8th through 10th getting 10, 10, 10. So, ladies and gentlemen, these guys all have a chance to win some money, and some guys have already won, pole and those halfway cash. So let's see what happens as we get to go green. And Smith and Moda are side by side. This is going to be a tough one.
Certainly is. The iRacing pace car pulling off. 7 laps to go when we go green. They're all waiting on Cody Smith to put the pedal to the metal and take this race back to green so they can win some green. You're here watching Racecraft TV, and we're going straight cash money racing here at Dega.
Smith with an amazing start. Moda trying to get in front of the 999 right now. And look at that. Ratter trying to find an opening. He's weaving behind Moda right now. These guys, 6 laps to go. They got to find their position, and they got to lock in and go for it.
Very loose off the exit. Snyder trying to bring it 4 wide. Fulton's going to bring it 4 wide. We're going 5 wide racing at the back stretch, and Moda is back in the lead and into the walls. Derek Fulton.
Nope. Another 2 scooped up. 28. Oh, no, look at that. The 21 dropping down to the 99. The 28 still holding his line strong. I thought there was going to be a second caution coming out.
No caution for that. Fulton is absolutely livid from that. The heartbeats of these guys are pounding. We got a three-way breakaway. Smith, Motor, Raider are all battling tooth and nail, getting the elbows out. They're clawing at each other. I'm expecting to see a shoe being thrown at somebody very, very shortly. But Raider
almost hooking Smith.
Oh my goodness.
Mid-turn, did you see that? He just swiped across his bumper.
Nick is incredibly on the back of Smith. It's all over him.
It's like, let me just hook,
All right,
grab the hook up. Caution
Chaos
is out.
line. Ed Osborne in that 553. He's off in the wall. As another caution came out, it looked like Zach Adams was also involved. And Zach Adams on the outside gets turns into the 555 and just slaps the wall, and that brings out the second caution of the last 25 laps. 5 laps to go here in Talladega for the big one, 225. And this is not going to be good, especially if you're Cody Smith, Nick Rader, or Clint Modi in that three-way breakaway. How are these guys going to cope with these final few laps? We'll find out very shortly. But as tense times come down to it, we're going to find out who has it in them to win some big straight cash money here on Racecraft TV. We'll be right back after these messages.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV. We're back here live at Talladega for the big one. 225 here in the Straight Cash Money League. Ooh, it's gonna be very close indeed because we're going green, white, checkered. As the lights go out on the pace car. And by the way, this is a natural green, white, checkered. This is not an overtime at all.
No, not yet.
This is going to go all the way to 225 if these guys keep it green. But after what we saw with just 9 laps to go on that restart, and all of these guys getting incredibly close and very rough with each other, I'm expecting 1, maybe 2 more incidents.
We'll have to see how the temperament really comes down to these drivers. Do they want to try and keep it green and just race it out straight up, or are they going to try and get out in front of each other and make some moves out in the track? It's really comes down to temperament and how the drivers want to finish off the track.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be leading the end of this first lap, because the draft here is so powerful, and that outside line is going to be very dangerous. I'm just going to be saying this. We might see the appearance of a few snakes on the track. And I'm not saying snakes like backstabbers. I'm saying snakes as watch these guys swerve from the inside to the outside like they're a snake crossing the desert.
Well, good news is Pete Polini is in 12th, and he's definitely has a chance to work his way up the field.
Well, Pete, I hope you're watching and enjoying this because you got a fan. But if you look at the hood of Pete Polini's car, that thing is bent up and bent around like a Dorito chip.
Yeah, it's for more downforce on the front tire so you can hook it down on the inside.
I'm sure that's not how that works, but okay.
I talked to him about that. That was strategy. We worked that out.
When?
While you were on caution, I shot him a message and was like, hey, you trying to get more downforce? He's like, yeah, that's the goal.
All right, well, Pete Polini trying out that T-Rex style car of aerodynamics. Let's see if that works for him, and let's see if Bill France doesn't ban that immediately after this race.
All right, let's get it.
Which made it, funny thing, the T-Rex car did make its debut in a cash race. So enough NASCAR trivia. It's time to go straight cash money racing. Green, white, checkers. For some absolute green in your pocket, and Cody Smith puts the pedal to the metal, and it was a delayed start. Nick Rader goes across the line first.
Yeah, I think Cody Smith made a smart move. He needed to hold off on that restart, kind of let everyone stay packed up, so this way they don't have a good run on him coming into that back straight.
Well, the front of this pack kept it pretty cordial. The back of it, it's going absolute crazy. 3 wide immediately. Smith holding down the inside line. I see Pete Polini trying to make that work 3 wide, but there's cars all over the... It's packed up all the way down there. It's not working out. It's Smith, Moda, and Parsons, your top 3. The 29 of Raiders falling back down all the way to 6th place now. And coming into the Triangle, here we go. Smith, Moda, Parsons, Dean, Fritz, Church, Raider, Miller, Jablinski, and Pete's your top 10. White flag in the air.
Do you see that scramble in the back? We have 2 rows, 3 wide. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it looks like an absolute progression. They're crashing right behind. It's a massive crash. We're staying green, though. Green flag in the air. And it's a crazy incident. Everyone's spilling all the way to the bottom of the track. Cars trying to get it through there. Clearly, I think that's Fulton trying to get it through there. There's 3 wide up to the front. It's Smith and Moda holding down that bottom line. Coming up to the front is Moda and Fritz. These guys are staying out. Apparently, Pete Polini has just won this race by teleporting it across the line first. Moda gets a bit of a push and a big hit. Parson hits it. And now it's Smith and Moda. There's cars going through the triangle. It's a race. It's a bang to the finish. Race for $50. Moda and Smith. Moda wins $50 here. Craziness.
Did you see Miller cut across? What a run.
J.R. Miller takes 3rd, but Clint Moda winning some big straight cash money of $50 across the line, and he didn't put anybody into the wall. That was a clean finish for Clint Moda.
And Smith, honestly, great job by both those guys keeping it clean. It's tough. you want to, race close together. But look at this. Coming into the line, they both separated themselves out and just took their line and said, hey, who can make it first?
Oh, Clint's gonna need a little bit of a congratulatory bump from Cody Smith.
Yeah, Smith did give him a bump before crossing the line. I take that back. Smith is trying to take him out.
Well, the race is already over. It doesn't matter who takes who out. And I think Clint Moda is going to be celebrating a lot. He's $50 richer. The 82 of Clint Moda takes the victory here, and he's going to burn it down here at Talladega.
Check this out. Started in 24th place, finds himself in first. Wow.
What a start by Clint Moda. Your money winners today are Clint Moda, Cody Smith, J.R. Miller, Kyle Dean, Ken Zeems, Kieran Church, Ed Osborne, Nick Rader, Scott Fritz, and Andrew Navarro. Wow. Andrew has been in so many incidents, and he still finishes in the top 10.
Nothing but duct tape and hopes holding that car together.
Redneck engineering. Pure redneck engineering. Massive congrats to our winner today, Clint Moda. Here are your full race results. Clint Moda takes the win, followed by Cody Smith, J.R. Miller, Kyle Dean, Ken Zeems right behind them, finishing out in 5th, followed by Kieran Church, Ed Osborne, Nick Rader, Scott Fritz, Andrew Navarro, Zach Adams, Hunter Parsons, Adam Lancaster, Russell Peach, John Kinder, Derek Fulton, Brian Jablonski, and Jeff Snyder in 18th. They're followed by Jeffrey Green, Pete Polini, Michael A. Adamson, Dale Adamson, Taylor Peacock, Stephen Gregory, Michael Redding, Dale Harmon, Rob Green, Kevin Hellman in 28th, followed by Austin Gee, Brian Chu, Kenny Zames, Johnny Hendricks, Michael A. Anthony, Jonathan Munda, Curtis Critchley, Sammy Davis, and John Elliott in 37th place. And that has been your race results and a race to remember here in the Street Cash Money League. And another big news, one of our drivers and fellow viewers has just got engaged. Congratulations, man.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, they said, she said yes, so. Woo!
First round's on me.
Well, somebody who's going to be celebrating a lot more, well, probably just as much. He's $50 richer today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Clint Moda.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Clint, how's that race?
What a finish. We had a really fast Chevrolet out there, the Jelly Belly 82. All day long, we felt like we were a contender. We had some really lucky breaks out there with wrecks happening around us, but you know what? We kept it clean. Finished that race with the fast repair in the bank and ready to rock and roll. So thank you guys. Heck of a race. Want to say thank you to all the guys that put this on. I'm new to the teams and I just couldn't be happier. So thanks for doing what you do.
You were running up near the top all day. How tense and how nervous were you on that final lap? How fast is your heart beating?
Honest with you, we run the wingless spec 360s out here in California in the dirt. And I never thought in a million years when COVID came around that a platform such as iRacing would have your heart beating as you're out there turning laps in that type of situation. I'll be honest with you, man, it is literally leaping out of my chest right now.
That's good to hear, man.
Well, with that $50, I think you'll be able to calm down a little bit, and you should use some of that $50 to have a little bit of celebration. Congrats, man. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
I want to say thank you to the Straight Cash Money League that brought us out. And I want to say thank you to my teammate, JR, who's also in the room. We came from PMR Racing. Yeah, I mean, thanks to everybody that put it on. Thanks to all the guys that showed up. I mean, that's a heck of a field. And there were still guys trying to get in this morning, and the admins were having to tell them no. So just makes the deal sweeter, and I'm thankful to be here. Very blessed. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations, Clint. Hope you have a great afternoon, and I hope you are able to calm those nerves very soon. You're $50 richer, and you just won some straight cash money. And I believe
And
Randall.
don't forget the 5 setups too.
Oh yeah, 5 setups from Maconi Setup Shop. And I believe Cody Smith is standing by with Randall.
Hey Cody, how's it going, man?
It's going well. How about yourself?
Dude, I'm I'm overjoyed to see that finish. That was beautiful between you and Moto going across the line. Honestly, you seemed a little wobbly out there towards the end, getting kind of aggressive, but you toned it down towards the end of the race, and it was good to see that temperament kind of drop down and get into a focus out there. Throughout the whole race, it looks like you're really trying to get up in front, and you're holding on strong. But now you're sitting in second, and you had a great run. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, definitely so. The aggression early on is just practicing for the end, scenarios going through my head. I know not to push it over the edge when I see guys that don't protect the bottom and I get under them and they start to push me down. If it's not the last lap, I'm going to go down there and give the spot back and just not wreck anybody. But just practicing for the end. I did the best I could blocking Clint there, and then he swung back low, which I knew was going to happen. And then to the end, it's just a drag race to the finish line.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That we couldn't really ask for more. That was awesome, man. Straight drag to the finish, and usually you see some people like go side by side, but you guys spread it out a tad bit and just drove your lines.
I'm pretty good at door banging, but with money on the line and iRacing, I just couldn't go down there and risk wrecking him. So I gave him one little nudge and hope that would give me the momentum to get back around him. But he was able to hold on. So it was fun for sure.
Well, man, you also were the lead lap winner for tonight. So on top of that $45 you're getting, you're also getting another $10.
That's nice. Put some food on the table, buy a video game. So extra money's always nice.
There you go, man. Do you have anyone you want to give a shout out for your second place?
Pulse Paints painted my awesome Red Bull scheme. So Travis Rucker, look him up on Facebook. I'd really like to thank Taylor for putting this event on. It was super fun, and Clint for sticking with me to the end there and having one heck of a tribal battle. That was really fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for putting on a great show, and I can't wait to see you next time we're out here.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All right. Looks like Miller is in the booth with Austin right now. Go ahead and get him up there.
Yeah, I'm standing by with Mr. J.R. Miller, who had probably the craziest finish out of our top 3 to get $40. JR, how was that finish and how was that race?
It was a fun race. I mean, started up, I think, third place, had a little bit of incident going in, about 30 laps in, and fell a lap down, had some damage, had to use my fast repair a lot earlier than I wanted to, but was able just to hang tough and be in the top 10 there towards the end, and just missed that big wreck there at the end to sneak by in third.
Yeah, you started that last lap in 8th place, and you came home in third. Talk about winning. Talk about winning a good hunk of change by some heartstrings. How was it going through there?
I was, tempted to go high because it seemed like early up, if you got a group together in the second lane, they could kind of push forward, but I resisted the temptation there at the end. I was like, I'd seen some guys sticking it 3 wide, and I thought if something's going to happen, everybody's going to wash up high and hit the wall, and it's going to be just try to avoid. But I just watched the replay myself. Just those 3 guys in front of me, they all dominoed and just went toward the infield, and all I had to do was just steer right a little bit and keep the throttle buried to the checkered flag.
Well, you certainly kept the throttle buried to the checkered flag. You're going to be going to the bank with $40 in your pocket.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to thank Taylor Peacock, the straight cash money, league. This is my first time racing this league. Actually, my boy, I want to give a shout out to Clint Mott. He's actually a teammate, another league I'm in. And I got a hold of him last minute. And I think he was the very last entry into the league. And, my boy brought it home first. So he's a standout when it comes to these super speedway stuff.
Well, you certainly showed who was a standout today. taking the win. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank besides us two?
Yeah, just want to thank the league. Thank all my guys from my other leagues. We've been racing some hard races and kind of learning how to draft and learn some pit strategies. And I made a little bobble there on that first. I think it was our second pit stop. I actually got into. I think it was Hunter. I want to apologize to him. I was just trying to carry some good speeds into the pit, and I carried a little bit too much and bumped him. But no, just want to thank you guys for broadcasting. The Straight Cash Money for putting this on, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the future.
All right. Well, we'll certainly see a lot more of you in the future. Congrats on the victory, man. Well, congrats on third place, man. I hope you have a good afternoon.
All right. You guys too.
And we're going to bring it out to Randall, who's going to close us out with a few words.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race was, I would say, a little bit more than a typical Talladega race. We had a lot of good racing. We had these guys go into it a little bit in the sense of, we had a couple cautions mid, but finished off really strong. Went to a, not really a green-white-checkered, but in the sense of, no overtime. These guys drove it straight through. They kept it clean. Overall, I think this was a great race. I can't wait to broadcast these guys again if they want us to, because I've never seen a Talladega race in the sense of the way they were driving their packs and the way they're handling out there. It was pretty awesome. I'm definitely impressed, and I can't wait to see these guys drive some more.
It certainly was awesome to watch this race go down. The big one happened a lot of times, and the big payout happened a lot, especially at the end. 225 miles were driven here today in the Straight Cash Money League here at Talladega Super Speedway, and it was one to remember. Thank you, everybody who joined us here on Racecraft TV. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Randall Alvarez, and I hope y'all have a great afternoon.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.